Hello everyone, welcome to Sunya IAS. So we have come up with the anthropology test series 2024. Okay, here we have two components under the test series. One is the sectional test and the other is full length test. So sectional test has got a different motive and the full length test has got a different motive. So through the sectional test, what can one take advantage? So first thing, since these are going to be topic wise, all the topics that are important for the examination and the probable for the examination will be questioned. So through that you will be able to cover all your important topics and your syllabus will be covered. And second thing, through the full length test. Okay, so here you develop the conceptual clarity under the sectional test, cover your syllabus and ensure that your content is ready for the exam, because in the sectional test you will be provided with the model answers, test discussions. So whatever the enrichment or the additions that can be made in these important topics, you can make through the model answers. Okay, and the probable important questions will help you cover your gaps. And coming to the full length test, okay, so there would be around 4 phases of revision once you're done with the static part. Okay, so 8 tests divided into paper 1 and paper 2, you will be having 4 phases of revision. So in these 4 phases of revision, you will consolidate your syllabus. Okay, you will consolidate and test yourself in time bound manner. Okay, here you test yourself in time bound exam manner. That happens in the final examinations of UPSC. So now you analyze where you are going wrong and what areas you have to work upon. So this is the intention of the full length test. So now I'll tell you in a brief what other features are about, and I'll show you how the model answers and the evaluation is going to be done. So the first, there are 24 tests in total, 18 sectional and 6 full length, and you will be given enriched model answers and the relevant additions that can be made. Okay, and next, the most important component is that after the test, okay, you will get an evaluated copy, and that evaluated copy you can bring and sit with us and discuss where you need help, and at the same time take the feedback what is suggested. Okay, so that mentorship, personal mentorship to each person who is availing the test series will be provided on demand. Okay, so next, this is how model answers will be provided. If you can see, the enrichment that is possible is given in the model answers itself. So through the model answers itself, most of the times your purpose will be solved. But in some cases, if you are not clear with the things, you have option of test discussion also, where the things will be discussed in a detailed manner. And especially in test discussions, the context would be how to approach the question. Okay, so if I have to take an example, there is a question, globalization and its impact on the indigenous economic systems. And I have observed most of the students writing in this format, that they write what is globalization, then positive impacts and negative impacts. But if you observe properly, if an examiner has to feel you have addressed the demand of the question, it is asking globalization and its impact on indigenous economic system. So the better way would be, what are the indigenous economic systems? Pastoralists, hunting gatherers, agriculturists, fishers, okay, those who practice fishing. So how these communities or these economic systems are being affected by the globalization in the positive manner, in the negative manner. So if you see the hunting gatherers, because of the various acts of Wildlife Protection Act, okay, and various other acts of Forest Rights Act, so they were prevented from moving beyond the boundaries and entering into the forest. The hunting is prevented. Now they have to shift their occupation, so they have negative impact. And if you see in the those practicing fisheries or those practicing fishing, so there what is happening, if you take example of Iroquois, so they used to practice fishing, but now because of the oil spills that is happening in those areas, the fishing is no more feasible activity. So now they have to shift to the other occupations, or they have to change their way of life. So it is impacting negatively. You can write the positive impacts also. So pastoralist, example of Bedouins of West Asia. So in Bedouins, what is happening? In the Bedouins, previously they were camel herders. So now, because of the oil economy that got developed in the West Asia, so because of that, these people have taken as truck drivers. They were trained and they were becoming truck drivers over there, and they have developed over a period of time. So some people have been positively impacted and some people within the West Asia have been negatively impacted. So you can address in this manner that every economic system, what are the positive impacts, what are the negative impacts. So the approach to the question will be discussed in the test discussion, and your enrichment part will also be discussed, but most of the addition and the content that will be provided to the model answers. And if you can see how the evaluation is going to be, this is the sample. So all the parameters are going to be tested, how your thought, how the content is present and whether it's relevant or not, whether you are able to present it better, structure. Okay, so every aspect is considered and you are awarded the grading on that basis. Okay, and you know this is the hallmark of our institution. And next, if somebody is willing to subscribe the test series, so you can go to the test series and you can click on view details and subscribe, and after that you have to register, subscribe and then log in. Okay, so this is how here you have the complete details what will be provided. Okay, so if you want to know about the schedule, just above this you have a schedule, so it is covering it, and just above this you will be having a schedule. So you click there, you will get the schedule, you get to know what and how many number of tests are there. Okay, so see you all in the class. That's all for today. Thank you.